we are not rare. But before you leave, you will perceive the lore will be unlocked. You might be stalked by a Sasquatch or a ghost witch, possibly even a ghost that will boast about knowing the Ohio Grassman or even the Michigan Dogman. Werewolves hunt, poltergeists are up front, but in these backwoods folklore is unlocked.
Welcome back to Folklore Unlocked. I'm Austin, and like always, I'm joined by Ethan.
Yep, hello again, everyone.
And this week we are covering, we're staying on the cold case front, but this time we're covering the Lane Bryant shooting, which is a more recent cold case. And a little bit of background about it is that it was an armed robbery and mass murder at a Lane Bryant store at Brookside Marketplace, located in Tinley Park, Illinois, which is a suburb of Chicago. And it occurred on February 2nd, 2008. Five were killed and one was injured. Four customers and a store manager were killed, and a part-time employee survived. And at least one of the victims were SA'd. And if you've been on YouTube or this channel long enough, you would know what SA kind of stands for, because YouTube doesn't really like the complete term.
And the victims. So the part-time employee was unnamed by police and survived by moving her head or neck at the last moment, causing the bullet to graze her neck. Then we had Rhoda McFarland, 42, of Joliet and store manager. Jennifer Bishop, 34, of South Bend, Indiana. Carrie Hudek Chiso, 33, of Frankfurt. Sarah T. Zafransky, 22, of Oak Forest. Connie R. Woolfolk, 37, of Flossmoor, and all five of them were killed in executioner style.
So basically, shots to the back of the head.
Yeah.
And the police response was actually very quick, because police received an emergency call at 10:45 a.m. and they found the victims shortly after arriving, and they believe the attack was a robbery gone wrong, but actual motive is unclear and debated. And in the call, you can hear the suspect's voice in the background, which makes it even creepier than just, an active shooting call.
And the suspect's description, he was described as an African American male, 6 foot tall, husky build and broad shoulders, between 25 to 35 years old, wearing a dark jacket, a dark gray cap, and black jeans with a rhinestone embroidered G on the back pockets. Then had thick cornrowed hair with a receding hairline. One braid was lying over the right side of his face with 4 light green beads at the end. And then the gun used was a Glock chambered for 40 caliber S&W,
which is about roughly the same as a 10 millimeter.
And then, of course, we have a picture here of what the sketch artist said it looked like.
And there is a number you can call if you recognize the suspect is 708-444. Sorry, three fours, and then 5394, or you can send an email to lanebryant.tipline@tinleypark.org for any possible tips. And the search for the suspect was also done relatively quick just because of how quick the response time was. And the shopping center was closed and locked down as police searched for the suspect. And the shopping center was reopened after police determined that the suspect had left the area. And a $100,000 reward with $50,000 donated by Charming Shops LLC, which is Lane Bryant's parent company, was offered for information leading to the gunman's arrest. And police also released a sketch of the suspect, which is in the previous slide, on February 11th, 2008, and received 24 leads in the first 24 hours after releasing the initial sketch.
Really, to be honest, I'm surprised there weren't more leads after people hearing there's a $100,000 reward.
Yeah, but maybe those were just the 24 credible leads.
Possibly, yeah. So Lane Bryant's response was on February 6th of 2008. They announced the creation of the Lane Bryant Tinley Park Memorial Fund in honor of the victims, and also offered to pay for the funerals.
Which, fair enough. There's what wasn't much more that Lane Bryant themselves could do besides, offer reward money for any leads leading to the arrest of this unknown suspect and creating a memorial fund and, offering to pay for the funerals. It's just that kind of sucks that they couldn't do much more than what they, did.
Yeah.
And the store building itself, the Lane Bryant shut down the location for obvious reasons and sat empty for a little over 5 years, nearly 6 years, until November 2013, when TJ Maxx opened an outlet.
And the Steve Wilkos show, taped in nearby Chicago, profiled the suspect at the end of one of their episodes to try to get more people to see it and hopefully find him.
And then on to our thoughts, Ethan, I'm going to let you go first because I know I'm going to get a little bit fired up. So.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this, but like most people, I'm sure, hopefully they do find who this is. And I do see in Austin's there, hopefully they are in prison or something has happened to them so they're not out, possibly able to do more.
Yeah, as there isn't any named suspects, and it happened a little over 17 years ago. So, based on the description, then 17 years ago, the suspect was 25 to 35, meaning he'd be about 42 to 52 years old today if he's still alive. And if he's still alive, I hope he's rotting away in prison for a separate crime. But if he's not alive anymore, I hope I sure as hell hope he's rotting away in hell. I hope he's burning in the flames of fire. See, I'm worked up. I can't even say what I want to say correctly. I mean, if you just, yeah, this guy, whoever he is the scum of the earth.
Wow,
I mean,
this is worked up. I've seen you.
I mean, okay, Jack the Ripper, kind of too long ago to get fired up. Every suspect in that is dead. The Zodiac Killer, police screwed up, should have caught him. They did talk to him and just didn't realize it because of a mistaken description. But this happened so recently that theoretically the guy could still be alive and healthy enough to do similar crimes. And I just hope he's rotting away in jail or hell.
Agreed.
And that's all I've got for this week. Do you have anything else, Ethan?
No, just thanks for watching, everyone.
Well, next week we'll kind of go on a lighter route with the Curse of Tippecanoe. So stay tuned for that if you're interested in a curse that kind of affects U.S. presidents in a way. So if you're on YouTube, thanks for watching. Drop a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're on Spotify, drop us a follow and a comment, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Bye, everyone.
You might wake up beside Spearfinger with an extended visit from Jack the Ripper. But if you're lucky, it'll be an angel on that range hill of Louisiana. You might meet Marie Laveau or the Rougarou. At Folklore Unlocked, Austin and Ethan concoct their theory of the eerie and unexplained around the world, sometimes even the underworld. The lore is locked behind secrets, but folklore is meant to be unlocked. The Sokoloo is haunting NC as well as Tennessee. There are many giants that might be clients of the Dark Watchers, who might have psychokinesis. And the phantom time hypothesis is like a phoenix, coming back around again and again. The laser strain on your brain if you got more than 2 brain cells in you. Some believe McCartney's dead because they read into the Mandela effect, which is subject